Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Symbiosis Part 2. We're talking about events that you need to plan for. I think this might be the first time I've actually showed my face on YouTube. So, hi everybody. Hope you're all very, very well. We're talking about events that you need to plan for, what you should save for, when to spend those vital directives and bonuses, and when all these beautiful things come into fruition to make you the most effective player in relation to events in Star Trek Fleet Command in October of 2024. Because I am looking at you face to face, do me a favour, press that subscribe button and let me know down in the comments below which server are you hailing from, what ops are you. Let's try and find out what reach you are, or what reach the channel is getting, obviously from all over the world, all the different regions, all the different servers. But let's dive straight in to what all the events look like with my crude calendar, which I'll show you in a second, and see how we get on. Let's find out how we're going to plan for October 2024. Okay, I said it was crude, and here we go. So let's talk about the events that we've got. So we're starting today, obviously today is Tuesday the 8th. And remember, I've just put events in here that you need to plan for, that you need to strategize for. It's a very, very busy calendar this month, which is nice to see. And there's a fair few metas as well, which I've done a bit of colour coding with, but I'll explain all that as we go through. So let's start today. Today looks, oh my god. So we start our first level of the Syndicate. Obviously, we have had an expansion to the Syndicate tree. So we've now got another 10 levels. So it goes up to level 55 now. So I'm expecting them to throw even more Syndicate at us over the coming months to try and get people caught up a little bit, which is nice. There is, very randomly here, a spend event store currency event running on the 8th and the 9th. Now, this is only running once. So basically, this is sort of driving people, I think, to buy the early event store packs where you can get a bumper amount of event store loot. Which, if we look in the store here, you can see, obviously, along with all the other stuff that we've got for the new ship, etc., you've got a Trill Emblems event store special, which is running for the entire month, which is nice. But obviously, if you was considering buying this, compare this $99 value, 200,000 event store currency, compared to if you just spent the normal $99 pack, you're going to be getting 120. So it is decent value. It's over 160, 170% worth of value there in just the event store currency alone. So if you was going to potentially buy it early, and obviously you're going to participate in that event as well and potentially get some additional rewards from that, which is nice. Building the new ship, this is pretty standard. This is only running for one run. So building the new ship, they're trying to incentivize put my teeth back in, early day sales, which obviously they do all the time. But building the new ship, you've got only one event for that running today and tomorrow for you to get a little bit of extra goodies. And again, the payout on this is event store loot. Upgrade the new ship SLB. Now, this is where you can be a little bit more strategic. So if you are planning to buy it today, then maybe you want to hold off and save, because the upgrade the new ship SLB is not only running for today and tomorrow, it's also running on the 17th, 18th. And remember, guys, these are all UK and US dates as well. So if you are on the APAC regions, you may need to add a date to this for this to be able to fit for you. But there are two more runs of the upgrade new ship SLB, one on the 17th, 18th, and one on the 24th, 25th as well. So maybe be a bit strategic if you do buy the ship, and maybe wait to upgrade it until one of the other later runs when you've not got so many people who are buying the ship and going straight in on day one to be able to upgrade it. There's a solo armada damage event also running today, which is nice. Obviously, damage events try and focus on the uncommons, because that's what's going to be, you're going to have the most directives for you to be able to go. Now, you may have noticed that I missed out on this blue line here. So this blue line, you can see it runs all the way through the month. And this is the Unstable Discoveries meta, which you can see at the bottom here in the notes, which runs from today until the end of the arc. There is going to be an event for this every single day. So when you go into your game, it's going to be so important for you to go into your events and make sure you go into this tab every single day. The Unstable Discoveries, you are going to see that there is a meta event which you will contribute towards. And it looks like there's 2,000 points needing 20 event completions, because one event completion is 100 points. You're going to have to complete 20 events, which is basically every single event. You may have a little bit of leeway, but I wouldn't take that risk. Don't take that risk that you can afford to miss any. Try and get them done every single day for you to do it. And obviously you can see today we've got two events launching this bucket. We've got Kill Romulan Hostiles, and we've got an away team assignments one as well. But you can see every single day on this blue line, this blue colour colour, there is events for this. And again, I've put in what they are. So obviously there's 2 events running only on 3 of the days, where they added an extra away team assignments. That's like your catch-up mechanic for me. But then every other day there is a hostile killing event, whether that's Federation, Romulan hostiles, Mirror hostiles, Borg probes. Now the ones that have got asterisks next to them, that means that there will be a different event, which is just a hostile hunt for anybody Ops 10 up to Ops 39, because obviously anybody sub 40 can't kill Gorn hostiles, they can't kill Mirror hostiles, so they have taken that in. And then on the mining days, you can see here dock Trillium, which means you're going to have to go into the Mirror universe. It's just docking standard G3 plus materials for you. So obviously they have thought about that to make sure that everybody can complete the meta event. But again, quite straightforward. It's just going to be a hostile killing and a little bit of mining in there, but make sure that you're checking that bucket every day. It's going to be so easy because it's not going to show up obviously just in your events list. Make sure you go into the Unstable Discoveries bucket every single day, so make sure that you don't miss out on completion of the meta, because the rewards in there, the event store currency is big, and then you're going to get 10 shards of who I'm going to call Doc Brown, which will come to later. So moving on, nothing else new on the Wednesday, but then going into the Thursday, we've got just an Armada damage event. So again, make sure you're concentrating on uncommons for this one, because you're going to have an abundance of directives for those, and just make sure you're doing that. Now, the next one, we're going to move into another meta event, and this is going to be our arena meta event. So there is preparation events where you've got power, so basically upgrading buildings, defense platforms, and researches. No XP counts in this, sadly, so you can't use officer XP or ship XP. It's purely just power from buildings and research, basically. That's running for 2 days. There's a forbidden tech upgrade running for 2 days, and then there's a material spend event as well running for 2 days. It's nice that they've tied the material spend event in with the first run of the recruit, the epic officer SMS SLB, so you're not spending outside of an auction event. We do see the return here just popping back to on the 10th and the 11th, the return of Echoes of War. I think it'd be good because they have made some little iterations to this for me to show you this in game. So as you can see, obviously it's running for the 3 weeks that we show in the calendar, and it's running a heroic SMS every time for spending FKR Armada directives, and then obviously for G6 players it's FKR solo Armada directives, and then obviously in the SLB portions of this it's FKR group armadas and then FKR solo armadas and in XSLB. So you're going to be competing cross server if you are in the G6 land, and you're going to be competing on your server for dealing damage. Now obviously look at the difference here. So the actual SMS is by spending directives. However, the SLB, for you to get probably even more rewards, is going to be dealing damage. So just pay attention to the different buckets, obviously, when you're looking at the Echoes of War events, which as you can see run 10th and 11th, 17th, 18th and 24th and 25th. So we mentioned obviously that there is a Recruit Vial SMS and SLB. This is going to be a standard 50% unlock, and then the SLB as we normally have the auction style events for recruiting the new epic officer. Let's take a quick look at Vial and see if we think she's worth going for. So Vial, one of 4 officers released this month. Obviously 2 standard ones, one's through the Syndicate and then one through the Arena Mechanics specifically as well, which is nice. Always nice to see an abundance of officers. Nothing from Canon as far as I know. Let me know in the comments if you think that's different, if she does appear in Canon somewhere, but I don't think she does. She does not have a captain's ability, so she is a bridge officer and a below deck officer. Her officer ability for when on the bridge is increasing Apex Barrier, and then her below deck ability is a really good one for me. It's like a improvement to Hue, like an additional Hue type ability, Borg Hue, and this however does work in Armadas, so I think a really good officer for you to consider going for to add to your roster. Okay, back to the calendar. So that's that first weekend, and obviously you will get a second opportunity to recruit Vial on the 19th and the 20th, as we've seen so many times before. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They haven't given us what the plan is for the 26th and 27th. I think because they have, in inverted commas, fixed incursions, that will be our incursion prep weekend, ready for a 1 week break at the end in between the arcs, obviously where we get incursions and things. So I think we'll probably get a cross-server solo leaderboard 26th, 27th, but don't hold me to that until it's actually announced. Moving into the second week, we continue with our arena preparation. So as I said, the arena preparation is these 3 events at the top, but then we've actually got our first run of arenas. Now, if you are in the US or the EU servers. This is where first time you will see this. On the 10th, there is going to be a beta test on the APAC servers of arenas. So hopefully we're going to get some really valuable feedback, iron out any kinks. Hopefully that gives them 4 or 5 days before it launches to the rest of the galaxy to see how that works. So if you're on an APAC server on the 10th, you will see arenas launch, but the big world global launch is going to be on the 14th. And there's going to be an SMS and a regional solo leaderboard for you to be able to enter arenas. We're going to talk a lot more about arenas on live streams and things. So please go and follow our Twitch channel. Link to that is down in the description, where you can follow and we can give you updates on how that's all going to work. We're going to even try and play and stream on Monday so that we can actually do some arena battles together. Now, this is one that I found very interesting. So you're going to complete these arenas and you're going to earn rewards from that. And there's then an event starting on the 15th and 16th to spend those rewards. So remember, on the 14th, do all your arenas, get everything done, but don't spend anything from your SMSs, etc., or from actual completion of the arenas, wins, losses, etc. Don't spend anything until the 15th, 16th, where there's actually an event to spend it. So lots of people, I think, are going to fall foul of that. You're not, because you're watching this video. Thank you so much for doing that. Please, please, please press the massive subscribe button down below, like the video, leave a comment, all that jazzy stuff. Obviously, because you've learned that that's the way that you should play the arenas, and it might give you that little bit of a leg up. We're obviously continuing with our unstable discoveries. Obviously, as I said, that goes all the way through the month, but we've also got another meta event starting here, and it's called the Long Con Meta. The Long Con Meta starts on the 15th and it runs through to the 27th. You can see that in the notes down the bottom here. And these are all just a group of solo leaderboards. So you can see here there's a collecting Zindi scraps. The other thing that I found interesting with this is that it's a 40 plus meta and there is no event for sub 40 players that's of the similar nature. So there's no like just go kill hostile grinding or mining G3 or anything like that. This seems to be an event purely for 40 plus with no replacement for the lower ops, which I find strange, and I'd be interested to see how it works and how it goes down with the rest of the community. If you're sub 39, does that bother you? Let me know if it bothers you, if you'd wanted something else in there. So the first one is Zindi Scraps. So basically it's a 1-day grinding solo leaderboard for you going out and collecting Zindi Scraps. On the 16th, there is an Apex ISO Matter solo leaderboard as well. So obviously using your Gorn Eviscerator to go out there and kill Gorn. There is an Airn Trellium solo leaderboard running on the 19th and on the 26th, and this is not mining it, and I think this is only going to be from hostiles based on the event description, so it's going out and grinding out in the mirror universe. So it's a good opportunity. I like the fact that they've put some Doc Trellium and kill the mirror hostiles and things. It gives me a time scale to actually go and do those events. I quite like that, rather than just doing it as and when I run out. It's quite nice to be able to go and build up a bank. And then there's one here for faction reputation. And one thing I really do like about the reputation event is it specifically states in the event description from battle. So it's not just going to be somebody going to be able to go out and buy a reputation pack, or somebody that's higher up in the reputation levels because they're a higher ups level gets more and more from the dailies, etc. You are physically going out and grinding. Now, yes, it's going to impact your ops level, is going to impact the level of hostile that you can hit. Of course it does, but taking away that pay element and that acquisition from completing dailies into that SLB, I think that's a good move and one that they should keep for other faction reputation events moving forward. So that's the Long Con Meta. That's going to be running from the 15th to the 22nd. We do have the return of the Armada damage event. I'm not sure if I mentioned it again, that it is running on the 17th. So again, focus on uncommons for damage. And that's basically it that we've got for new events. The solo damage event, that's running again. The one that I mentioned that is running today, the solo Armada damage event, is running on the 19th and the 26th as well. So lots of metas, lots of stuff to keep up with, and my big key takeaway for things is check in buckets. Remember the unstable discoveries meta that's going to be there. There's going to be at least one event in there every single day, but 3 days of the month. So the Tuesdays, the 8th, 15th, 22nd, there's going to be 2 events in there for you to complete. So check that every day. Don't miss out on doing one of those events, because I don't think there's going to be much leeway for you to complete that SMS for some really good rewards. Okay, no standard stuff. You've got all month to do the missions, which I like. And if we pop back in game, talking about buckets, they've put a Symbiosis 2 bucket in there where you can find all the general events, where you can find things like the Overflow event, Complete New Missions. The Complete New Missions has Syndicate XP in there, Love it when they've got Syndicate XP in there. So remember, tie completing your missions in to when we have the Syndicate runs. So either do them early doors, 8th and 9th, or save it for the 20th, 21st for you to complete your missions, for you to give you a little bit more opportunity to compete in the Syndicate solo milestone event. Mission Key Hunter, I normally tell you to ignore these. I've put these on my calendar and I'm talking about it because they are decent this month. Everybody, really, really encourage your alliance. Make sure that you're completing your SMS. Do your part, because between the two, so between your Mission Key Hunter SMS, you're going to be getting 18,000. If you can get your alliance to complete this, which means that you need to really work together, you're going to be getting another 18,000. So 36,000 event store currency by basically popping on the web store and collecting your mission key. So I would really, really encourage your alliance to start day one to get into a routine while they're collecting everything else in game, going and getting all the materials and refining the borg and all that sort of stuff, getting to build into the routine to go and collect their mission key. I need them to do that. I'll be putting that out for my alliance to try and see if we can get that completed this month. Most time the rewards are garbage, so I don't even care. But for this time, I mean, 36,000 for going and clicking a button once a day, it's not bad in the slightest. Your recruit rare officer, recruiting Doc Brown. He does look like Doc Brown. Surely, whenever anybody saw this officer, they thought of Doc Brown. Surely that is the only thing that could have possibly popped up in anybody's mind. But recruiting him, you're going to be able to, there's an event obviously for you to buy him and upgrade him. We have been told that there is no guaranteed unlock of the officer with the purchase of a $20 battle pass. It upsets me. It does. It does upset me. I want them to go back to that. I want that to become the norm. I will not stop fighting on all of your behalfs for that to become a thing where you get the unlock, at least with the purchase of a $20 battle pass. But we're going to work on it and see where we go from there. Normal ticket runs, so running Friday to Monday. Now remember, if you are starting from zero, I put this caveat in every single month. If you have 0 tickets in your inventory, standard uncommon tickets, don't do any tickets in weekend 1 or weekend 2. Save all 9 that you will be able to get from the free redeem from Scopely whilst ticket events are running. Run all 9 in weekend 3. That will then allow you to complete the SMS event, the meta for ticketed events, to get a rare ticket, to then complete a rare ticket on the Monday. And the rare tickets in the past during event store months have been the ones that have paid out the event store currency. So really important this month that if you don't have a bank of tickets, to make sure that you save them for weekend 3 to get a little bit more event store currency. Okay, and that is it. That is the events this month. I think it looks like a really busy calendar. I'm really, really proud of that. I think they've done a good job with it. I think there's a good spread of everything from hostiles and mining and mirror. They've obviously catered for the 39s with the big unstable discoveries meta and things. I'm really happy with that. But please, 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 as I mentioned before, leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know if you like the video. Give me a thumbs up. And obviously remember to subscribe to the video as well. Check out itslube.com. You can find all of our merch on there, and you can also look at becoming a channel member. It's one of the best ways to support the channel financially should you wish to do that. There is memberships available from just a low cost of a coffee a month, $3 a month, should you be able and wanting obviously to help support the channel and everything that we do here as part of the Itslube team. I want to say a massive, massive thank you to absolutely everybody for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Enjoy Symbiosis Part 2, and remember that absolutely everything is better with lube. Take care, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your day.